Tomas decides. Sit down, eat, Mrs. Gusman urged. Before he sat down, Mr. Gusman cleared his throat to speak. I just want to say how proud I am that Tomas is running for president of Student Council. Poor Tomas squirmed in his seat. Why did his father have to make such a big deal about that? My son will be a leader, Mr. Gusman said. He will change things for the better. Tomas hesitated for a moment. Thanks, Papa, he said, but my plans are, changing. When my friends asked me to run for student council, I agreed. Now I want to play basketball. Mr. Gusman's face fell. He seemed shaken by the news. Play baseball? He repeated with a sad smile. Tomas pressed his case. That's right. The Raiders have a chance to win the championship, he said. To do it, the team needs me there 100%. Can you do both, Tomas? Mrs. Gusman asked. Not really, Mama. To win the student council seat, I have to give 2 speeches and take part in a debate. I have to make posters and talk to people. That all happens after school. So I'd miss practice. Sometimes, maybe even games. Besides, the student council never does anything important. The rest of the meal passed in silence. Tomas kept his eyes on his plate. The next morning, Tomas got up and went to school. His head felt heavy. The look on his parents' face stayed in his mind. Hey, Tomas, Gregory called. I have some ideas for posters we can make for your student council race. He pulled sketches from his backpack. Tomas scanned the drawings. These look great, he said. By the way, Greg, did you ever think about running for student council yourself? Me. Greg laughed. No, but you're a natural for the job. People look up to you, Tomas. You could really get things done around here. Later, Greg, said Tomas, taking the sketches. He didn't have the heart to tell his friend about his change of plans. That afternoon, Tomas's class went to Golden Greens. The class had already been to the senior citizen home twice. The students went there to talk with the seniors, play games, and learn firsthand about the past. In the rec room, a tall, skinny man beckoned to Tomas. Hey, Mr. Gusman, come on over here and sit a while. It was Mr. Jeffers, a man Tomas had played checkers with last time. Hello, Mr. Jeffers, Tomas said. Mr. Jeffers smiled. Call me Fastball. Why Fastball? Tomas asked. Well, you know, I can't walk anymore, but back in the day, I was a fastball pitcher. A major leaguer? Tomas asked, hopefully. Mr. Jeffers smiled. In the 1930s and 1940s, the Negro Leagues were as major league as any black man could get into. Even so, I struck out batters with the best of them. Tomas had never heard of the Negro Leagues, so Mr. Jeffers showed him a photograph. In my day, Mr. Jeffers said, blacks and whites couldn't play on the same teams. That wasn't right, and it wasn't fair, but that's the way it was. That's all changed now, said Tomas. Sure has, Mr. Jeffers agreed, but only because some people cared enough to change it. A few good people changed the rules and laws, and things got better. Tomas didn't reply. He was thinking hard. Mr. Jeffers broke the silence. Are you a ball player, Tomas? Shortstop. Our team could win the championship. Looking forward to that, are you? Tomas blurted out his feelings. He told Mr. Jeffers about his dilemma. Winning ball games is good, Mr. Jeffers said. However, improving a situation can make all the difference. I know from experience. Thanks, Fastball, Tomas said. I guess I'll have to decide. Walking back to school, Tomas caught up with Greg. I've been thinking more about your sketches, Tomas said. Will you help me make the posters? Sure, said Greg. By the way, do you have any ideas for the speech you have to make? We all know our school could be a lot better, said Tomas. Let's get our friends together after school for a meeting. I want everyone to make some suggestions. We need to choose the ideas that will really make a difference. Don't you have baseball practice? I can go to practice tomorrow, Tomas said. This is important after all.